Yes, hello and welcome to another vlog from Benna Rider. Today we're testing out the Piaggio Beverly 400 HPE S. The S is the sports version. It differs in colors, it differs in the connectivity app, which it's actually already installed, or the connectivity module. The app is free, of course. It differs to the other model without S, also in the colors and the colors of the rims. Yeah, that's about it. It has 35 horsepower, so it's about 10 horsepower more powerful than the Beverly 300. Of course, you notice that on the road. It is very nice in the corners. It's nice cornering. The balance of the scooter is pretty nice, so you can ride nice curves. In the city, it is pretty good. The seat, for me, I will tell you later when we go back to the dealer, is fairly hard. And also the lumbar support, pretty hard there. That's always what I notice on these Piaggios. So let's explain the controls here. Display and storage space. On the left hand side we have the release button for the tank cap, for the storage space underneath the seat. We have the brake lever, of course, for the rear brake. We have, what else do we have? We have the high beam and low beam switch right here with a passing light. You press it to the right. We have the ASR, which is a traction control. You can turn it on or off, which actually works here this time. We have the turn signal switch, which is kind of flimsy. I think it will last, but I don't know, it doesn't give me that good of a feeling, or like what the Honda and Yamaha does. We have the horn button here. On the right hand side we have the hazard light switch. We have the switch for the connectivity. We have the kill switch. We have the mode switch for the display, and we have the starter switch. Of course, we also have the gas, the throttle, and the brake for the front brake. So let's turn on the display so you see what it looks like. It checks all vital display elements. And on the left hand, actually on the top, you see all the warning lights and stuff like that. On the left hand side, you see the outside temperature, which always shows. You see the little ASR, which is blinking about the traction control. I think when you turn it on, everything is fine. You have the remaining, no, you have the kilometers per hour there. We can switch that around. I will show you in a moment. You have the fuel a gauge right here. We have some more symbols which come up here. Eventually we have the RPM counter, the speedometer in the middle. On the right, on the top, we have the clock, which is not set now correctly. We have trip A, trip B, and stuff like that. I'll show you in a moment. We have the engine coolant temperature here. We have some symbols for the connectivity here. We have also another mode button and a set button for the display here. So if I use the mode button or this mode button, it doesn't matter. For the display, if you press it once, you change the value in the left hand side. So press it once here, we go into average kilometers per hour. Then we go the remaining fuel, remaining kilometers for the fuel tank, which is 70 now, and the average speed here apparently. And what else? Or the maximum speed here. That also changes if you have trip A, trip B set on the other side. So, and the voltage of the battery is here, and that's about it. So if you click the mode button twice quickly, you will come to this display here, trip A, trip B. You can check and set. Do we have the total mileage of the scooter here? We have trip A, I just reset it, trip B, and then you can also switch around these numbers here, like you can select for trip A or the maximum speed which you have achieved, you know, stuff like that. And that's about it. That's what you can change in the display. So storage space wise, we have a glove compartment in the front, which is fairly large, but on the other side it is fairly small. It is very wide, you know. You also have a hook here. Or yeah, you have a hook to hang your groceries. If you come home from your groceries shopping, you press the ignition button here. You press it so you can open up the glove compartment. You open it up and it goes like this. There's not much space in the glove compartment, to be honest. On the left hand side a little bit. Also up there somewhere there's the USB connection. There's also a manual seat release in case the battery is down, and you have the coolant you can add here. That's all there is to it. There's the VIN number, and there's the hook or hanger, no hook. And with the button here or on the remote, you know, which is this one here, the key fob, you can actually open the trunk, you can open the fuel, and you can use it as a bike finder to find your bike if you've lost it in the garage. Let's open up the seat here. I press this button here. Then the seat, you can open up the seat here. The seat compartment is fairly wide actually, so you can definitely fit a full-sized helmet in there and some other stuff, or maybe two smaller jet helmets. You have a courtesy light up here, and that's about it for the storage space underneath the seat here. Let's close this up again. So here it is again, once again, the Piaggio Beverly 400 with 35 horsepower and almost 400 cc displacement. We have actually a double exhaust, as you can see here. That is one of the differences from the outside visual differences to the 300 model, which you can see here. And that's about it. I will do the test right now, and I will go back to the dealer for you and check it out, what it feels like on these corners, in the curvy roads, on the twisty roads, and on the highway, freeway. We'll see what the riding comfort and all that good stuff is like. So stay tuned. We'll also do a sound check and a 0 to 100 coming up. Sound check. Yes, so we're here back with the helmet camera. We will go back to the dealer now. A little bit mountain riding, a little bit highway, and a little bit in the city. And I will tell you what it feels like and how it handles the Piaggio Beverly 400 HP with 35 horsepower. Yes, as I have already noticed, the seat is fairly high. I will put the seat height in the video here now for you. But the seat is very, very wide, and therefore it feels much higher, you know, because your feet don't reach the ground. I'm 175, and for me that's almost tiptoeing, so it's almost too high already. So anyways, let's get it started here. I'll push in and turn the ignition switch. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So the first thing that you notice when you sit on the seat is the seat naturally, and the seat is it is definitely the toilet position again. You cannot really stretch out your legs, your feet in front of it. The seat is very hard. It feels very hard to me, and the lumbar support is also very hard and kind of in the way of where you actually want to sit. So maybe it is made for smaller people, but on the other hand they cannot reach the ground, so I don't really know why this seating position is like that. Oh, it is very windy, so it will not be so nice on the highway. It handles very nicely in the corners. It has 16-inch wheels in the front, a wheel in the front. It handles very nicely on these roads. The balance of the scooter is it is nicely balanced, so it goes through the curve quite nicely actually. The 35 horsepower is quite a lot for the city, definitely too much I think. On the highway good when you want to overtake and you're in a difficult situation or has a dangerous situation. For the mountain also very nice if you have the extra power of the 35 horsepower. Braking is quite nice, quite strong. The rear brake comes on first with the ABS kicking in. Very nice strong brakes, very good feeling. The throttle is quite sensitive, comes on early and is not really twitchy, or how do you say, but it is very sensitive, so you know, even at lower speeds or in the city you have to watch out that you don't overshoot your goal. These are the curves for today. We will try and do the 0 to 100 check now in a moment and see how it compares to the Maxim 400, which I just test rode this morning. Is actually good up to a certain speed for keeping out the wind. Goes a little bit over your helmet, you know, if you duck down a little bit even better, but other than that, if you're more in the wind, if you're taller than me, I'm 175, you have a lot of wind in your face. And also from the sides naturally there's a lot of these turbulences which makes it very, very loud traveling. But the riding comfort on the highway is not too bad actually. The suspension seems to be okay, and I'm sure you can ride longer stretches on the highway like this, no problem. I mean, if it's not so windy. The mirrors are quite nice. You can see everything in the mirrors quite nicely. As I said already about the seat, it is kind of hard and firm, and the lumbar support is not really my thing here. So, but other than that, it's not too bad. You basically have the toilet position, of course, here. You cannot stretch out your feet, your legs to the front, because, you know, it's not one of these sporty scooters. Yeah, through the 16-inch wheel in the front, it is actually very nice for the cornering. It is very nice for the higher speeds on the freeway highway here. So that is definitely a plus for a Piaggio when they have these bigger wheels, you know. Oh, we have a blinking fuel gauge. That is great. I hope we'll make it back to the dealer now. Just showed 70, now it shows 0. That is really nice. Anyways, I hope we will make it, and there's not much to tell you actually. It's quite nice in the city as well, but a little bit too powerful actually for the city. Anyways, if nothing else comes up, thanks very much for watching. This is Ben right out. Take care. Bye bye.